You are now entering the box. All right, welcome back inside the box at the Oop Box studio. Today I have a guest. I'm actually really excited for this. I don't know why. I just like being at CACC. Robert Ferriell here with CACC. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah, I haven't done like a decent one in a while. That's like, you know, have a chance to talk and just been busy as shit. So I'm like, oh, I get a chance to sit and talk.
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely.
Robert here is the student. Say it again.
Yeah, so I'm in Student Business Services out of CACC. Yeah.
And also the host of the Work podcast.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on next time.
Definitely. How long have you been doing the podcast for?
Just a little over a year. So it was October of 20, I guess it'd be 22.
Okay.
So,
how did it come about?
Well, you know, we always do the marketing through the social channels and everything, but I wanted an outlet to be able to talk about, you know, longer form stories with our students and our business partners and our teachers and what we do in the community and how everything we do, you know, impacts students. That was kind of the premise behind it. So it's the whole thing is telling the stories of the folks putting in the work in career and tech ed and workforce development.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the name of it. Do the students enjoy coming on it?
Yeah, absolutely. I start getting more and more each week where they request to come on. I used to have to ask, and now they're coming to me saying, "Hey, I want to do that. That'd be fun."
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, no, it's fun talking. That's good experience for them too, you know.
Yeah, no, it gives them an opportunity to come out and kind of tell their story because, you know, like with any podcast, we're going to talk about the program and what they do and why they did it and all that good stuff, but they get to talk about them too. They get to say, hey, this is me outside of school, so we get to learn a little bit more about the personal side of our students too, so which is really cool.
Yeah, it's probably cool for them too, like if they don't, like maybe they're not taking any classes around like that type of stuff, but then they get to come on and see how it all works. And because really in any industry, no matter what you do, like a podcast could be a great idea if you like doing it and want to, you know, put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely. Put in that work. Yeah, no, it's a great channel for really any business.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was cool. It's nice. It was a nice little setup you had there at your office. Yeah, that's fun. So a little over a year. So how many episodes do you got?
So we just hit 50. So I think I'll be on my 51. Will be at the end of this week. I'll be introducing we have a new dean of students this year out at CACC. So and he actually just started in January. So we're going to bring him on tomorrow and introduce him to everybody. So that'll be our 51st episode.
So everybody does it a little bit different. How do you do you prepare for your podcast? Like, do you have standard questions? How do you do it?
I have a handful of standard questions that I kind of go around, but then the rest of it's, I think, similar to what we're doing. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation. We just get into a conversation, but I do have a few bullet points that I want to touch on, and then we see where the conversation takes us. Yeah. So
get it started and kind of go from there. Mm-hmm. I guess I do that to an extent. Like I know kind of how I want to get things rolling a little bit. Try to put a little bit of thought into it beforehand, but I just hate like a scripted like interview.
Yeah, it comes off too rote and it doesn't come off natural. I don't think so.
Even in videos, like when we're doing videos with clients, I'm always like, they're like, well, do you have a teleprompter? And I'm like, I mean, we can set one up if you want, but like people are gonna know you're reading off of a teleprompter.
Yeah, it's easy to pick that out.
And it's nice nowadays too with the popularity of like reels and stuff like that. Like cuts don't matter as much as they used to. Like we'd be like, oh, a hard cut, you know. But now if you you could say a thought, stop, think through your next thought, say it, and just cut, and it doesn't really matter. Everybody's used to it.
Right. Well, I mean, and as you know, I mean, some guests like to have a lot more structure and questions beforehand and everything, and others are to prepare ahead of time, and others are perfectly happy to come in and just sit and talk for an hour.
Yeah. Well, man, that was when I came out and spoke to that class. That was awesome. I did that because it was really cool to get for you when you showed me around out there at CACC.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming out and speaking to the students. You know, one of our goals out there is to connect our students with the business community. So open up as many doors as we can for them, and they select which one they want to go through. Nice. That's kind of the idea there.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, man. I've never been out there. And it's really, give everybody a little just quick, if they don't even, I mean, I'm sure most people do,
absolutely. So CACC, Capillary Career Center, it's a career and tech ed high school. primarily juniors and seniors. So we have over 1,000 juniors and seniors that come out to our building every day, and we have 23 different program areas. So when we're talking about career and tech ed, all that means is all of our classes, all of our programs are either career specific or industry specific. So we're going to teach a student how to be a welder or a nurse or an EMT or work in the audio video production field, something like that, or one of other 19 occupational areas that we have out there. They do have to be an upperclassman to be with us. They can go both years. They could try one thing junior year, something completely different senior year. Big part of what we do is exploration. Some students, well, not even some students, most students don't know what they want to do when they're in high school, and we're a good place for them to come out and say, hey, I want to try this. Maybe they find what they love, maybe they find their passion, but maybe they find out that, hey, I really don't want to do that. Yeah. and that's valuable too. But then on the other side, we have adult programming that is LPN, CNA, and cosmetology. So we do have some post-secondary options for folks too. But our primary driver, 90+% of our students are on the high school side, and we work with all the area schools. So we have 22 different high schools that send their students to us for half a day for that career and tech ed programming.
And how much do they do like multiple classes in that half a day, or how's that usually work?
It's one class for them, so that when they come in as a junior, they're picking audio video production or they're picking welding
for the whole year.
For the whole year. Okay. So they're going to be with us every single day for 2 hours every single day. Good thing about that is they really develop some really great skills by the end of the year. Now there are options for them to change. Sometimes it's semester time. If somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, it really isn't for me, man," we can potentially move them into a different program in January, but then certainly the next year they can go into another program if they want. Yeah. So,
man, I don't know. I was really like, I don't know, just I don't know what word to use. It was really like cool. I was like, man,
right.
this is awesome. I was like, so you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's just neat that you could go experience all those different things that you're not experiencing in school.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of like a little community out there. I mean, you go down and get a haircut down in our salon. You go get your car worked on down in our auto tech shop. I mean, it's really a great place for those students to come out and really find themselves and find what they want to do. And a lot of times when people think of career centers, they think back when they were in school, hey, I had a little shop class or something in high school, or I did this in high school. They don't realize the scope of what we do out at CACC and the technical skill that's involved in what those students are doing out there. They kind of relate it back to their high school days, and it's not necessarily the same as it was then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and we went to the graphic design room, and in there they were doing graphic design, but they had screen printing, like vinyl, like they do cutting out like vinyl stuff for signs or cars or whatever that may be. What else was it?
Yeah, so I mean, so on the software side of things, they're doing the Creative Cloud, they're doing InDesign, Illustrator, stuff like that, and then they're doing screen printing, then they're doing vinyl and all that. So really, creating materials for print.
Which is funny because like literally those were some of my classes in college that I'm like paying a bunch of money to go to. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why. No, I was really blown away. I was like, man, like this would be such a cool space to be able to do that in school.
Yeah, and we've been able to. I mean, that program specifically on the screen printing side and on the design side, we've worked with folks like A-Sign. We've sent a lot of students over that way, and folks like Miles T-shirts. We've sent a lot of folks over there, so they're really learning those skills right now, and then they can go implement those in the workplace immediately.
For sure, that's great. And then we looked at the photography room, which was really cool. Yep, big space,
really big space. Yeah.
Nice.
We've got 200,000 square feet under roof over there, so we got a lot of space to work with. And that multimedia wing does have a lot of space.
And then the video room was very cool. That was where I was like, man, this would have been awesome to do. I would come in here, you're with like-minded people, you got a bunch of computers, and then we went in the little studio area. They had a whole studio area to film in. I was like, this is freaking cool.
Yeah,
man.
He's got a little vibe back there, doesn't he?
Yeah, got the lights dimmed down. And, I mean, you're supposed to technically have them down if you're editing like video, but for color grading, really. But super cool, man. That's how many students did you say are out there?
We had 1,062 high school students this year, and then we have about 180 adults on top of that. So we're total you're looking close to 1,300.
What goes on in the summer out there?
Just a couple of things really. So our adult LPN program still runs in the summer a little bit. Our cosmetology program runs in the summer. Okay. And then we just have a small grant-funded program that we run called Skilled Trades Essentials, where we have out-of-school youth do building trades, welding, and HVAC. Idea is to just kind of give them some quick basic skills for the field and get them out. But the vast majority of our students are not there in the summertime. So we're doing those programs and then preparing for the new year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool. So is there a particular area that you would say seems to be more popular than most?
Well, I'll tell you, everything has been growing out at CACC over the past 5 years. So we've seen just 5 years ago, I gave you the number this year, 1,062. 5 years ago, we only had 662 students in the building. So we have 400 additional high school students compared to 5 years ago. So with that, most of our programs are growing.
What do you think the reasoning for that is? Just more people knowing about it?
It is. It's outreach and relationships. So it's building relationships with all of our home schools. When I say home school, I mean all of our sending schools like District 186 and Chatham and Riverton and Taylorville and all the folks. Making sure they realize the impact we have on students and what we can do for their students. Because really, we're a serving school. We're not a standalone school. We don't get the student that just moves in right across the street.
Yeah.
All those students come from those schools, and they choose to be with us. So we have to show our value, show our worth, and I feel like we've done that, and that's what it's increased our enrollment significantly. And then, of course, marketing. We do a lot more outreach since I've been there than we used to do in the past. So
nice. So is there an area though that?
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, I was going to get into that. Yeah, so
I cut you off.
Okay. No, you're good. Yeah. So health sciences are huge, of course, being in our area. We've got a strong medical community. So our medical assistant, our nursing assistant, and our EMT programs are doing really well. One that's absolutely exploded over the past 3 years is our cosmetology department.
Really?
Yeah.
My wife did it out there.
Yeah. I mean, we're up to 150 high school students, and then we have an adult program on top of that one. So that one's probably seen the percentage-wise the most significant growth over the last 3 years. But then also
because you said you can get like your actual license.
Yeah, you can go full through us. We are a fully licensed cosmetology school. So
I remember my wife went there, but then had to go to like the whatever the over there.
Here. Yep, absolutely. So no,
that's nice.
Our students can get it done with us. So they go through their high school program, and then after they graduate, they might have a little bit left to do, and they just transition to the adult program. And 3 months later, they get their license, and they're
to make some
out
money
the door. And here we go. Yeah. So, but I mean, skilled trades
and don't have a bunch of debt.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, we are very competitive price wise on the adult side. Now, the high school side, one thing I didn't mention earlier is for the students to come out to CACC, their school district pays for them to come out to CACC. So the student is not out any money. So especially in a program like cosmetology that could be very expensive for them after the fact, they're getting all those licensure hours for free with us. And then, so they're coming out with a cosmetology license for a very, very reasonable price.
Yeah.
And they can go off to work by the time they're
amazing.
18, 19 years old. So.
Well, you just think about like what college costs nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just bizarre, man.
Yeah.
If I would have went out there and got probably a lot of similar experience, like a lot of the graphic design stuff I taught myself how to do before I even went to college.
Right.
I did learn some like Illustrator and some stuff like that, but like I don't know if I still would have or not, but I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? If I would have learned a lot of the same stuff, I mean, who knows where the path would have gone, but it still like, yeah, it's really unbelievable.
No, I mean, especially in areas like that. I mean, it is more of a skills-based economy right now. You got the skills, you can do the job. It's not necessarily you have this degree or that degree. It's can you do the work? Do you have the skills to do this type of thing? So
yeah, I tell people that apply, like in job postings and stuff, I'm like specifically put like, I don't care if you have a degree,
right?
Basically.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like show me your portfolio, what you can do.
Right.
Because, I mean, in the end, I just want to know that you can get the job done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's some jobs where you got to have your licenses and all that good stuff, but there's a lot of occupations where you got the skills. It doesn't matter what kind of degree you have.
Yeah. Someone asked me the other day, they were like, so have you been putting money like in like a kid's, like I don't remember what they're called, but like the college, like accounts
the 529s, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, no. I was like, by the time they're ready for college, I honestly think things are going to be way different. Like, I just don't foresee colleges holding on like that. You know what I mean?
And maybe not could be not in the way we see it now.
Right,
I see it being more skills based, where it's not, hey, I'm going to go get a bachelor's degree type of thing. It's I'm going to get a certificate in this, or I'm going to learn these skills, and then I'm going to go off to the the workplace, because that's really what more employers are looking for right now. A lot of them have gone away from having those just set. I want a person with a bachelor's degree, no matter what that bachelor's degree is. I want somebody with a college degree, and a lot of companies are getting away from that. So I think as we get further and further along, then that is certainly going to affect post-secondary institutions.
And it was funny when I was talking to the kids, I was like, I started saying like, basically like, you don't need to go to college, but I was like, I don't know if I should say that specifically. So I was like framing it in a way like college isn't for everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I talk to students all the time. I mean, I talk to every sophomore in the area when I'm out talking about CACC, and the way I put it to them is, hey, let's figure out that end goal. If that end goal requires you to go get a lot of college, then go get it done. But if it doesn't, hey, let's figure out a way to get there without it. Yeah. So it's really what's your goal there, you know, and each occupation has different levels too. You know, you want to be at this level, maybe you don't need a college degree for that. Maybe you only need to go get a certificate or something. So it's really, really individualized for me.
And that's what I kind of started telling them was like the benefit of college for sure for everyone that does not have the discipline to sit there and learn it teach themselves. You know what I mean? There is something there. But also, in college, you still have to have the discipline to go.
Right. Yeah, so, exactly. You still got to get up and go to class.
Discipline, you can get the discipline to teach yourself, I think. But, yeah, it was kind of – I like caught myself, and I'm like, I got to phrase this differently.
Oh, yeah. No, I talk to them about that stuff all the time. I always tell them it's we kind of, in education, I feel like we kind of give them a false choice. Like, hey, you're going to go to college or you're going to start a career. Like it's some choice, right? But it's really not a choice. It's all about a career, what career you want. Right. And then, you know, college is not the goal in and of itself. College is the vehicle to get you to the goal. So do you need college for your career? Great. Go get it. If you don't, that's fine too.
All about like setting that end goal and then developing those steps to get there. Yep. And I talked to them about actually that exactly a little bit, you know, with like starting a business and just getting to where we're at. You know, I'm like every day I have to think of what's next and set those goals. It's like, all right, what are the steps to get there?
Right. And I mean, and that's what when I talk to students, I mean, I go out and give a presentation, of course, on what we do out of CA, but I don't spend a whole lot of time on each individual program. It's more about, hey, this is some general success tips. This is how you plan for your stuff. This is how you do your, you know, life after high school type stuff. And then this is how CACC can fit into that, because I think that's a lot more valuable than just, hey, this is what we offer type of thing.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's interesting. It was really cool. Like some of the kids were super engaged, you know what I mean? So that was really neat to see. And it felt good, like giving them advice or answering their questions, stuff like that.
No, we got some creative folks back there that make some pretty good stuff back in that class.
Yeah. I used to actually want to teach at one point, kind of. I just thought like it'd be cool to, you know, teach other people what I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I do that a little bit now, I guess, and I have, but you know, with my team and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of nice having that a little bit of influence or trying to help somebody further themselves along.
And we do have availability every now and again, so
teach me how to create some more time.
Right, exactly. That's the hard part, right? Right.
Got to figure that out. I see you have the 10X water bottle.
I do.
Is that the Grant Cardone?
That is the Grant Cardone 10X. Yeah.
Did you like do it or go to any?
I've gone to some of his stuff, and I'm going to do the Growth Con this year. I think it's pretty cool. He's got some awesome guests at those things. So
how are they?
I've never been to one of the Growth Cons yet. I've done a lot of his online trainings and different things like that, and they're good. I mean, his whole thing is 10X your business, 10X your family, 10X your life type of thing. And I think it's, you know, a lot of it is really good for you, because a lot of it's mindset. A lot of it's, you know, setting those outrageous goals and, hey, let's get after it and do it. So.
Yeah, I've never really dug into his stuff. I've seen a lot of it. You know, I've listened to him on some like clips from podcasts and stuff, but I never really dug into any of his stuff. I've had some people, you know, there's always people that are like, oh, he's a fraud.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of that.
But I'm like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. If he's got good information, you can get something from
he's got good information. And recently he's done a lot with some other companies too. Like he started like Cardone Ventures, which is helping businesses grow from, you know, 1 million to 125 million. They give you a whole roadmap on how to do that type of stuff. They do 10X Health now, where they're doing, you know, genetic testing and health plans and all this stuff. So, yeah, a lot of it's really beneficial, I think.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, anything like, I mean, it's probably similar. I always try to find, like, I don't really read much like fiction.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I just like informational, like stuff like that, or stuff with business.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every one of them. You know, they all have nuggets you can take from them. They all have something that, hey, maybe I don't completely agree with that side of it, but I think this could be really beneficial. So I'm the same way though. I'm all nonfiction. I set me a goal this year. I'm gonna do a book a week. I mean, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Doing it?
Yeah, I've been doing it. I'm 4 in so far, so I'm getting there.
That's awesome. Do you read or do you listen?
Both. So in the morning, when I'm working out and stuff, I typically have an audio book. Have it, do Audible or something. But then on a weekend or something, or late in the evening, I'll actually do a physical book. Yeah. So
that's good, man. One a week. Yeah, I know. I've tried to be better about doing that this year. I haven't been great about it, but I like Audible.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, like a lot of people say this happens to them with audiobooks, but for me, like when I'm reading, it's easier for me to get distracted for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just like I think it's because I can stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not keep going down whereas when it's in your ear, it just keeps going and going and going. I will say sometimes though, my mind will go off on a tangent. I'm like, all right, hold on, I got to rewind this a little bit. Right. A little ADD for sure.
No, I enjoy. I mean, last year I didn't read a whole lot for a while. Then last year I really got back into it, and I set myself, I'm gonna do 25 in a year, and I hit that. So now this year I'm gonna bump that up and see what I can. See what I can get.
Well, I do like I have a 15-minute drive, from Sherman. So a lot of times I'll try to listen to a book or listen to a podcast, whatever, during that time, which is nice. Like at first I wasn't sure that I would like that when we moved out there. I was like, God, it's gonna take me for I'm gonna waste 30 minutes every day. But it's funny, on the way to work, it gives me time to like kind of prepare to get there, get my mind right, kind of get ready so I can come in and just get at it. Whereas I used to live like 3 minutes away. Right. And I was like, I get in my car, I'm like, I'm at work.
I'm back.
It's like, God damn it, I didn't even have a second. And then on the way home, before I get home to all the kids and all that stuff, like, you got a second to relax, listen to music or podcast or whatever it is on the way home. So yeah, I like it. It's like the perfect amount of time. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be 30 minutes. That'd be too long.
No, well, I'm from Decatur actually. So when I first started working over here in Springfield, I think my first 2.5, 3 years, I drove every day from Decatur. Really? So I had that little commute.
It's a little too long.
Yeah, it is a little too long. So 5 years ago, I decided, hey, I can't do that anymore. So live over here now.
Yeah. Did he already announce where he's having his?
Yeah, it's this April, 2nd through the 4th in Hollywood, Florida, so just north of Miami. So
you already got tickets?
Yeah,
You're going?
Yeah, I'm going. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I do like a lot of his stuff. And
are you going by yourself?
No, business partner, colleague, somebody I work with a lot at the Springfield Area Home Builders Association is coming with me. So we're gonna head down there and check it out, see what kind of people he's got speaking. I mean, they've had they've had presidents, they've had celebrities, they've got titans of industry, I guess you could say.
Might have to meet you down there.
Yeah, come on down. Yeah, it's at the Diplomat Resort. It's right on the beach there. So
I've been looking at a lot of different like conferences and stuff like that to try to, I don't know, they're just inspiring. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, very. And I mean, he's big into marketing too. So I mean, that's a big part of his business is the marketing side of things. So that kind of fits right in with what you guys would do. I
actually did a call with one of the people from like Tony Robbins was hosting an event.
Yep.
And I don't know, it looked interesting. You know what I mean? It was all based around growing your business and marketing and stuff like that. So it was online though. And I was like, I can't justify this. Right. Like, you know what I mean? If it was in person, maybe I'd feel a little bit better about spending the money. But it was just kind of crazy. You ever listen to any of his stuff?
I have. Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yep, it is.
All those interesting different takes.
I mean, the GrowthCon they have an online version of that too. I got that last year and did a little bit, and that's what I decided, hey, this year it happens to fall on our spring break, so that's a perfect time for me to head on down there. So
I've always wanted to go down to Texas for South by Southwest.
Yeah, that's on the list for me too.
Yeah, I thought that'd be cool. But it seems like it's always. Last year for sure it was. I haven't looked this year. It's like during my son's birthday.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Oh, yeah, that's just damn it, doesn't line quite up.
Right. Yeah, so, I think we're gonna head down a couple days early, and I've got 2 daughters, so I think we're gonna maybe hit Disney for a couple of days before we'd go to the conference. So
that'd be awesome.
A little family time, and then go to the conference and get the business time in.
You ever been to Disney?
Yeah, we've been. It's kind of one of our regular things that we do ever since my girls were pretty little. So
how old are they now?
13 and 10.
Nice.
So yeah, I think our first trip down there, they were 5 and 2, I believe.
Yeah, we're waiting. I think probably 2 more years.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Never.
It's made a lot of memories there.
I actually joked around with my wife. I'm like, can just me and you go before we go
Right.
with all of it?
No, my wife and I say that all the time. Hey, one of these days we're gonna come down here and we're just gonna do Epcot for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stay.
Because I mean, I'm sure because when they go, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff that we can't do
Right.
because either they won't be able to ride on it or they won't this or that. But yeah, I always joke around with my mom like, you deprived me of childhood memories.
Right.
Bogus, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what's your guys' is there anything? How do you evaluate like new programs out there?
No, so we're bringing 4 new ones in this year, and I'll kind of give you the process for what we do. First thing we do is we send out surveys to prospective students. So we'll send out surveys to all of our school districts and ask, hey, junior high students, fill this out. Freshmen, fill this out. Sophomores, fill this out. Whoever you can get to fill this out, let's fill this out and see what the students are interested in first off. Then after that, we look at, hey, are these programs that we can afford? Can we, make a good program right off the bat here? Are there jobs available in the area for our students right after graduation? Can they go, work for you or go work for whoever, right? And are there plenty of job opportunities for them there? So, and then we also ask our administrators at all the school districts too. We survey them too, say, hey, what do you think would be good for your students as well? So if we find a program that students think they would like, that administrators think that they would like, that we can afford, and there's jobs available here and further out too, but mostly regionally, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure we have some regional focus, and then out from there, if all those things are yeses, then hey, let's offer this program. We'll start marketing for that program, and if it makes, we run the program, because that's really with all of our programs, it's if students sign up for it, if we run it or not.
Yeah,
that's the question.
yeah.
Do we have enough students that sign up for it?
How often do you try to do that?
So this year is 4. The last time we offered new programs was 3 years ago. We brought 3 new programs on.
Okay.
So it's every few years we look at, at least 1 or 2. This one just happens to be 4 because one of them isn't really a new program. You probably Sangamon CEO.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the same program it's always been, but it's coming under the CACC umbrella next year. So the other 3 programs we're bringing on barbering. Cosmetology has been super successful, so we're bringing on barbering. Then we're bringing on social media marketing.
Nice.
We've had a lot of student interest in that. And then we're bringing on rapid prototyping, which is a additive manufacturing type course. So students are going to be learning CAD and using 3D printers to create. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, to try to create, prototypes to solve business problems. That's what they're doing.
That's interesting. Yeah, you got to kind of. So it's just like a blank thing. Like, what are you guys interested in, or is there things that you put? That
we put down. We'll come up with
stuff.
We'll come up with 10 of them that we think that might be in the realm of what they would be interested in, and then they rate which ones they would want, and we put in some skill sets and stuff like that. Because not everybody. If we just put audio video production or something,
right,
that can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
sure.
we try to put a few things in there, say, hey, would you like to learn about this type of stuff or that type of stuff? Especially if it's a student that's a 6th or a 7th grader answering this survey, we want to have a little more information than just hey, this is the name of the program, you think you want to take it type of thing.
Yeah, man, instead of it's a shame that they don't have something like that for adults to do at any time.
In terms of the career and tech ed stuff? Or
you know what I mean? They talk about paying off student debt and doing all this stuff. It's how about we just offer something where people can go learn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That seems like it couldn't be that crazy.
No, I mean, I thought for a long time, there's a lot of talk of, student debt and everything and how we're funding different things. But I think one easy solution would be if government wants to fund something, they could fund in-demand occupations in your region. If you want to go get a certificate or a degree in that, that's what we'll pay for. Otherwise,
for sure,
no. So
more basically the same thing, but just adults can sign up for it.
Adults can sign up for it. Hey, if we know we need 100 welders in Springfield or something, hey, we can run that program and completely free to you, paid for, and now you got a career.
That'd be nice.
And Lincoln Land does have some stuff like that. They've got a couple of grants where you could go out there and learn how to do a trade for pretty much free, but it's a grant funded type opportunity.
I'm trying to remember when I went there. Do they offer like they don't? They don't offer like as much like career focused stuff, right?
At Lincoln Land,
yeah,
they do too in their Workforce Institute. Like they've got a welding program, they've got an auto tech program, they've got an HVAC program, they've got a diesel program, and a couple other culinary program, things like that. So they do have some similar programming that we have over there at the Workforce Center for adults.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I remember when I was there, like I took like a basic marketing class. I don't think they had any kind of graphic design that I remember when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to take like a basic computer, you know what I mean?
Right.
And some of that stuff. And it was more just to like get them knocked out. So when I went to Western, I didn't have to do all the basic classes.
Yeah, a lot
which was really nice. I tell people all the time, like I was hesitant on doing that, but man, not having to take all that BS, all those like, you know what I mean? Once I was at, a full college, like it was nice not have to worry about that.
No, I did the same thing. I did a lot of, I got my undergrad from Millikan in Decatur, but I got a lot of those gen eds and stuff from Richland over there. Just knock them out there and transfer them over. So
it was nice. Like, what was it? It was like a computer class. It was like basic computer stuff. So it was like Word, and just all this basic stuff. And I like went to him and I'm like, I know how to do all this stuff. Like, do I have to take this class?
Right.
Like, I don't remember if I talked to the teacher or what. And basically they allowed me to take a test. And if I passed the test, I'd get credit for the class, but I couldn't count like any kind of GPA towards my GPA.
Right.
I could just get the credit for the class. I think I still had to pay for it though, which is kind of funny. But
right.
But I was just glad I didn't have to take it. I was like, oh, all right. Dang, I wonder if I could do this for any other classes.
Right.
Pretty smart guy here. But no, it was nice. I was hesitant about it because, a lot of my friends were going away to college and like there is like something to be said about like forming those relationships with other people that are new to college and stuff. So I was a little bit hesitant, but I don't know. It worked out.
Yeah. No. So I stayed in town for mine, in Decatur and everything. I got my master's from Mizzou, but again, I did most of that online anyway. Yeah.
So what kind of like marketing do you guys do?
So of course all social. We mostly do Facebook and Instagram. That's primarily what we do there. Then we have the podcast. We do some YouTube stuff. I need to do a lot more of that. We've got some programs out on, or some videos out on YouTube. We have everything out on our website. Of course, I go on anything like this. Go on the news a little bit every now and again.
You're going to start doing some TikTok with that.
I know, right? Yeah, that's next on my list. We've been talking about that. We need to get TikTok rolling. So, yeah, I need to go through and check all, like Facebook has all the different business manager stuff. I would imagine TikTok has the same thing. I just haven't
implement the social media class, and then
that's the idea. If that social
media kids can do the marketing for CACC.
That's the idea. If that class makes, then they can start taking over some of those social media channels with my oversight, and then they'll be able to put out a little more content than we typically do. But
it'd be fun.
It would, for
them. You just go. They could definitely learn about it because, we go to different businesses. They could just go to different classes and get content and create little videos and stuff.
Yeah, I run radio ads every now and again especially around registration time. I spend a lot of time at the schools. Marketing for this type of school is really more relationship based at the schools. Some of the other stuff is, the social stuff is really helpful, of course. But traditional marketing like the TV and radio isn't always the best for our clientele. So do the schools have you like come and talk to the kids? Or is that how they learn about it? Yeah. So I go to every single school. Like it's at Southeast not too long ago, Springfield High not too long ago. They bring everybody into the auditorium and I go up on stage and I give a 50-minute talk on life in CACC. Yeah. So I kind of go through got 4 kind of pillars of success that I always talk to them about. I always talk to them about purpose, planning, people, and persistence. If they can get those 4 things right, no matter what industry they get into, I think they're going to be successful because all the most successful people I know and I've been around and I've studied all have those 4 things down pat. They know they have a purpose. They make a plan to get to that purpose. They have the right people around them to achieve that purpose, and they persist until they get it done. So, and then we talk about a lot of things underneath each one and how that relates to CACC and our programs, but that's kind of my talk with them.
Yeah, so. That's awesome, man. So you're comfortable as hell talking in front
of
a bunch of people.
I mean, I probably talked to, like I said, probably 5,000 students over the past 2 months. So
that's crazy.
So,
do they? How do the talks go? Do they seem?
Yeah, most of the time they're really. I mean, because I try to be interactive too. So I mean, I'm not the type to stand behind a podium. I'm a walker and talker. So I walk around in there and I get into the crowd and everything. So normally they're pretty interactive and they respond to those things. So most of the time they go really, really well. Good feedback.
When we had one of our speakers with Silsa, we arranged to have him also talk to the high school.
Mm-hmm.
So after they did the talk for the Silsa group, we went to Southeast High School.
Yep.
And they talked to. We were going to try to do it. Originally, it was supposed to be like a live stream or something to where any school could tune in, or there was something there that didn't end up happening. But they recorded it, and I don't know if they ended up playing it or not for the other schools, but. It was interesting to see because I went to high school at Southeast,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, man, I haven't been in here forever. You know what I mean? And then it was just interesting too, just seeing the kids, and I'm like, man, are they allowed to wear hats? Like everyone's wearing hats and
a little
stuff.
different
I'm
now.
Like, damn, this girl's got her belly showing.
Right.
Not let any of this shit happen when we were at school. It's crazy. But yeah, it was interesting. But it was cool. I think it seemed like the kids really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Having him come and talk. I can't remember his name, but he was.
I was at it. Yeah, I was at the one. It was Paul. Is it Paul?
John Paul. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he gave the pep speech to the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, when they won the Super Bowl that year. Yeah. I was at that event, the morning event at the church there.
Those are good. We got another one coming up here. I don't remember what day it is. Do you remember offhand, Ryan? It's February 20.
Yeah, it's coming. It's on my calendar somewhere here because I did register for it.
One.
Yeah,
it's over at Horace Mann.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah, I'll be that. I mean, that you guys always put on a good event. So.
Yeah, we're trying to. Actually, we're going to. I've never been, but I'm going with the board. Some of the board members to. I think it's Champaign, the Capital City Speakers Bureau, I think is the name of it.
I saw that. Yeah, they're putting on like a showcase with all the speakers.
A bunch of the speakers, so you can go there and meet them and kind of talk to them and stuff. So I was like, I'm interested to go check it out.
Right.
For February 29th.
There you go. That was easy to remember. Leap day.
We're doing at Small Cakes. We're doing a frog cupcake for Leap Day.
That's cool.
And I think we're doing a promotion that if your birthday is on Leap Day, you get the free cupcake because they always get screwed.
Yep. How long have you had Small Cakes now?
We started the December 1st.
Okay, I thought so because we were on. I was at a conference right before that at the end of November, and my wife was like, "Yeah, there's a new owner of Small Cakes doing some really cool stuff." And I know, all right, that's cool. And then I realized, hey, it's you. So
yeah, it was a random situation, but it's been cool.
Yeah, good.
It's always it was nice. Like there was several jobs I was able to save and bring back some people that used to work there that were super happy to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that was nice. But man, it's crazy how like everyone loves working there, and I didn't understand it, but I spent several weeks in there when we were first. I mean, not the whole time, but like for most of the day for a couple weeks, just because I wanted to make sure I understood what was going on and the business aspect of it, and I understood it because everybody coming in there is so happy. Mm-hmm. They're so happy to get a cupcake, and I'm like, man, I had no idea that it was. No wonder everyone likes working here. Everyone's happy as hell coming in here. You're talking to them, and everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you guys are back open. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. I guess I understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
This would be a pretty easy job to sit here and have these conversations all day, serve up some cupcakes.
Well, if you ever need any bakers, come our way. We might be able to hook you up with some culinary students that want that baking track.
Get in there. Yeah, for sure. Do you guys have a pretty good culinary program?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
One of our instructors, Miss Schwartz, that's kind of baking is her specialty. You know, she used to be over at Pisa's and things like that, Bun Gourmet. So that's really her bread and butter. So we always have some students in there that want to specialize in that baking and pastries area. So
we did a cooking class. It was just like a one night thing with, you get like wine and sangria shit at Lincoln Land.
Okay.
One of my buddies from college, him and his girlfriend were doing it, and they invited us to go, and it was cool.
Very cool.
It was like, I learned to cut proper, where you fold your knuckles so you don't cut yourself.
Right.
But it was kind of intense. There was I think there was 8 of us on a team, and we're each doing a dish. Like each couple's doing a dish, and I think my wife and I did the salad, which seems pretty easy, but it was still kind of intense.
Right. So the 4 ended up making the whole meal type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So 2, my wife and I worked on the salad, 2 worked on the dessert, 2 worked on the main dish, and I think 2 worked on I don't remember if it was an appetizer or what it was, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
They give you sangria and wine, and I don't know how they work that out when you have knives.
Right.
They must have some good liability insurance or whatever that is.
Yeah, we might have to do something cool like that. Fortunately, we can't do the sangria at the school just because that's against the law to have alcohol on a high school property. But we could do the other part of it.
Yeah. So, is there anything that it's such a neat program? What would you if would you want businesses to reach out to you, or how can other people, I guess, get involved if they wanted to help, or I don't know, support the programs?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the other part of my position. I mean, really anything external to CACC is under my domain, I guess, and part of that is business partner development. So we have internship opportunities, job shadow opportunities. So maybe you want a student to come out and learn, this student really wants to come out and learn if that's really what they want to do with their life. We got full workplace, what we call workplace experiences, where they come out to you as a paid employee for half of the day. Back when we were in high school, it's just called work program typically, but it's that type of thing. We do have awards nights at the end of the year where businesses sponsor our students of the year. So take, for instance, Todd Bringett from ACE, part of SILSA and everything. He sponsors our graphic arts student of the year, so they always get an award there. So these could be scholarships, these could be job opportunities, these could be tools for the trade, whatever. We always want folks like you came in not too long ago to give the presentation and talk to the students, just to let them know what's out there. So really, we're really interested in connecting with all businesses, however way we can, in a lot of different areas. So they just reach out to me, and we get that rolling, see what works for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I would highly encourage business owners or professionals, whatever that may be, to reach out and check the place out, because it really was kind of I guess inspiring. I don't know, to see it and see what's going on there, and I just don't know if people know.
Yeah. No, we give tours all the time. So if somebody wants to just come check it out, business owner wants to come see what we do, give me a shout. I'll get you in there. We'll tour the whole place. And we also have 2 career fairs a year that we have a lot of businesses participate in. So if you have businesses out there that hasn't participated in either one of those and would like to, our next one's coming up in April. So just reach out to us and we'll get you in there. We don't charge anything for booth space. We just want to bring as many businesses out as we can to connect our students with them, because I think that's what's best for the students and what's best for the community on the whole, really.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's awesome, man. What's the best way that maybe people could reach out to you?
Yeah. So website, of course, just Google Capillary Career Center. We're right at the top of the page, but it's CACC Springfield. Facebook, Instagram, my email. You can find it on the website on any of those social channels, but it's just rferriell@caccschool.org. Of course, they can give us a call, 217-529-5431. My direct extension is 126. So,
how about the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Check out the work. You can get that on iHeart, Apple, on our CACC website, really any podcast outlet.
Cool.
It's there.
You guys link to it from the website?
Yeah. That's the easiest way to get to it. You just go to the website, and it's right there at the bottom of the page. So, and then you can take it from there and go to whatever outlet you want.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome, man. Anything else we missed today?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, we just got into registration, so we're now taking students for the 24-25 school year. So if there's a student out there that hasn't talked to their counselor, assistant principal, their school about coming out to CA, I would recommend doing that now because spots do fill up quickly.
Yeah.
So,
is that it fills up pretty quick?
Yeah, it does. So what ends up happening is we start wait lists.
Yeah.
So I mean, once a class, we never really stop registration. We just fill up a class, then we start a wait list, and then as students drop or switch to another program, then we can bring that next person up. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, many of them do fill up. So that's why I always advise students, say, if you're really thinking about it, just get your name in the hat and get in there, and we'll get you taken care of.
For sure.
So.
Well, that's awesome, Robert, man. I appreciate you coming on today. It was cool learning more about that and just talking about it, and hopefully it encourages some support to however people
absolutely.
can.
No, appreciate you having me. Hey, we'll come down. The other guy I'm going with, the 10X, is Chris Hartsook from Big Dog Construction. I don't know if you know him. He'd be another one to get in here and talk. He'd be a good podcast for you.
Right.
But he's the one I'm going down there with, and we're going to
awesome.
10X everything, I guess.
Yeah, 10X.
That's right.
All right, thanks, everybody.